Hi guys, Chalene Johnson, and I hope you're ready to recharge your body because you have earned it. You've been working so hard to make your body strong and fit. You've been doing your weight training, you've been doing your cardio. Now that third and so important component, flexibility. Let's start with our feet together. Good, so heels together if you can, toes together, shoulders down away from your ears, and reach your fingertips toward the floor. Now I want you to put yourself into the right frame of mind and just tell yourself that you enjoy this. It's going to make you feel energized, stretched, strong, and flexible. We'll start by lifting the arms all the way up. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and lower the arms. At the same time, make sure your shoulders are down away from your ears. Now we're going to sweep in front of you and open up the chest, open up the biceps, the anterior deltoid, feeling that stretch all the way through the front of the body. Good, do it again, it feels great. Especially if you've done any upper body work this week, it's really important to make sure you get that time in for flexibility training. It's a component that most people really overlook, and it's so important. One more time, all the way around. And this time, as you sweep through, have a seat, just like you're sitting down in a chair. Now your knees are together, and I want you to slide those knees back so when you look down, you can see your shoelaces. Your arms are right next to your ears, your abs are in tight, your alignment with your head is equal with the spine, and we'll stand back up as tall as you possibly can, your very best posture. Lift the arms up and around, just like someone's holding onto your wrist, pulling your arms further back, draw the arms together, sweep through and into chair. And stand back up as tall as you can. Now lift the arms all the way up to the sky. And as the arms float down, I want you to curl one vertebrae at a time, just like you're peeling down. And let your arms and head just hang. We call this ragdoll because I want you to feel very loose and relaxed, just like a ragdoll. And we're really warming up your spine more than the back at this point, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. The abs are drawn in tight. Good, arms lifting up. Exhale, and again, curl down. This time we're going to take our hands all the way down to the floor. Just hang, and then let your hands touch the floor. You bend your knees into a crouching position. Push back through the heels slowly, lengthening through the back of the hamstring, back of the knee, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, stacking your spine, lifting the arms all the way back up. Take a full breath in. Breathe, exhale, curl, roll down. Doesn't that feel fantastic? Your muscles love the oxygen. Pull the hands all the way to the floor, bend the knees. Okay, now push through the heels and come up slowly. Enjoy that ride up. Now we're really going to work the hamstring. So flat back fold. Flat back, tailbones up, hands to the floor, crouching position. Push through the heels and come all the way up. Fan the arms all the way up to the sky. Good, now come down again with a flat back. Flat back, tailbone is lifted. And as soon as you start to feel those hamstrings tighten up, that's when you round your back, go all the way down to a crouching position. Push through the heels and roll all up. Now round your back up. Round, good. Spine all the way up to the sky. Arms up one more time. Exhale, flat back, floating down. Reach your fingertips all the way out to the opposite walls. When your hands touch the floors, bend the knees. Push back through the heels and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Excellent. Now stand here in mountain with your arms at your sides. Step out nice and wide. Good. This is like a plie position, or we'll also sometimes refer to it as a sumo position. Your knees are right on top of your ankles. Draw your tailbone underneath you, abs in nice and tight, shoulders back and against a wall. So imagine that you're doing this against a wall, and now feel your pinkies touching that wall. Excellent. Circle the arms around, and when you open all the way back up, your knees and your pinkies are touching the wall. Bend to the right. Stretch both arms away from the center of your body. Reach and touch the sky. Reach and touch the floor. Draw the abs in. Rotate to the other side. Reach and touch the sky. Touch the floor. Good. Let's rotate again, this time down onto an elbow. And I want you to draw that top shoulder back. So can you still feel that wall behind you? Feel your shoulder against the wall, your fingertips against the wall. Reach up. How good does that feel?
Very good.
All right, but we're still working, right? Other side. Reach all the way up, but this is really a treat for your body. I mean, you're working and we're stretching the muscles, but it feels so good. And you've got to treat yourself to flexibility training. It's so important. All right, guys, place both hands middle of the thigh. Let your hips sink down to where your flexibility allows for it. And push the knees all the way backward to keep your back flat, abs in nice and tight. Back is flat. Now, comfortably uncomfortable, that's where I like you to be. So you're pushing back, you can feel the muscles stretching. You can feel a challenge in both the inner thigh and the outer thigh. Turn the toes in. Keep your hands on your thighs to modify this. Laylee's gonna stay there. If you want more advanced, lace your fingers and lift the arms up over the back, dropping the chest down, tailbones up nice and high. I'm gonna take my arms up as high as I can because it feels so good. Man, that feels great. Now let the hands rest on the small of your back and lift all the way up, flat back. Good. Dive down again. Now your shoulder blades are together, your tailbone's lifted, your arms lift up over your back. Bring that chest down. The key here, though, stay there, stay in that downward position, is to really work within your own flexibility limits. And here you can see everyone has a different level of flexibility, and it has little to do with your fitness level. Guys in particular have, these hamstrings are really stretched to the max right now. And you don't need to go lower. If you're feeling the stretch, you don't need to go lower. I don't want you to go lower. I want you to have a flat back. So if you've got a reflection, do a little check on yourself. Keep stretching, breathe. Don't tell yourself it's too tight. Tell yourself you're enjoying it. Now let's lift. Exhale and slow it down, all the way down, chest toward the floor. Lift the arms up over your back. Good. Keep your abs in nice and tight. Now we're going to continue doing that several times, lifting and lowering. And what we're doing is really warming up the hamstrings. And Donna, you're an example of someone who's got amazing flexibility. I only wish I was this flexible. But you can see how low she's able to go this low because she's able to keep a flat back. Now, only with a flat back should you be going this low. And it's something that you work at. You're a flexible person, but you do a lot of flexibility training. And if you were once flexible, you'll be flexible again. You just have to work at it. Lift up nice and slow. Good. Bring it all the way down center. Excellent. Now let your hands slide down the legs. And here's a little tip for those of you who have tight hamstrings, which is 98% of us. Take your legs out wider. It'll actually feel a little better. Now bring the chest down with the back flat and both hands over to the right side. Use your leg as leverage and pull yourself closer to that leg. You can be all the way up here as Laylee's demonstrating, or come all the way down to the ankle and just draw the center of your chest toward the big toe. Now relax. Put yourself into the right frame of mind. Tell yourself you're enjoying this. Believe that this is a treat for your body. Walk it over to the other side. Good. Now listen to the breathing. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. Making sure that we're really working within our flexibility. So the back is always flat. I'm not trying to go lower. I'm trying to bring my rib cage down, but not the chest down necessarily. Bring your ribs lower. Tailbone up. Both legs are straight, but this knee is soft. She doesn't have it locked. Good. Now let the hands gently glide to the center of the floor. Excellent. Back is still flat. You can bend your knees if you need to and hold it there. Okay, now one hand at a time, let's walk it all the way out into plank, which is like a push-up position. So if you're uncomfortable, if you're not strong enough to hold yourself up yet in this position, go ahead and transition to your knees, Laylee. Great job. Make sure your hips are down, not piked up in the air, abs in tight. Now elbows rotate inward and we slowly slide down to a tricep push-up, then slide through and into up dog. Now in up dog, we're working to push the floor away, but at the same time pressing your hips as close to the floor as possible. This is a great stretch for the back and the abs. Now curl your toes under one at a time and push your weight all the way back into your feet until your head lines up between your arms. And now with knees bent, you should be able to feel your rib cage against your thighs. So this is a little bit of a modified version of down dog. From here, we're going to slowly press the heels toward the floor. And this is more of a traditional down dog position. Work to get your rib cage closer to your thighs. Now slowly bend the knees. and roll back through the heels. And I want you to repeat that 4 times. And you're going to notice that Donna is keeping her upper body perfectly still, and she's just rolling by bending the knees. But the upper body's not moving at all. Just through the knees. Great job. And everybody's level of flexibility is different. So if you can't straighten your legs out, you've got to keep your knees slightly bent. Feel free to do that. Last 2. Breathe out. Last 1. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, push to the heels. Now let's take that right leg all the way up into the sky. Good. And Laylee, you're going to transition. Great job, honey. Down on your elbows. Take that leg up nice and high. All right, everybody, reach the leg up 2 inches higher. Come on. Good job, Janelle. Thank you. You were slacking back there, people. I'm watching you. Now I can see you. All right, take your foot up a little bit higher. Abs in tight. Step through between your hands and into a warrior stance, or just a lunging position with one leg forward, 90-degree angle at the knee. Back leg slightly turned out to what's comfortable for you. Now look, the shoulders naturally would be here, but we're going to rotate them toward the front of the room, so it's a square across the front. And you're really going to feel this driving through the hip flexor, which is the front of the hip, and the quadricep. Now extend your arms out long and touch the opposite walls. Make your arms stretch. Ooh, doesn't it? Now pull upright. So are you leaning forward? Because I want you all the way up, just as if you were standing tall. Now rotate to warrior 2, and your tailbone is squeezing underneath, and it's just as if you're doing this against an imaginary wall, where you can feel your fingertips and your hips all pressed against that wall. Now we'll inhale and lift up slightly. Exhale, and with a straight spine, sinking down into your legs. Now be careful you're not leaning forward, but you're actually just lifting straight up and straight down, like there's a pole running down the center of your body. Now bending the knee, lower to the elbow. And this is called right angle. And in right angle, we're creating a 90-degree angle at that knee. Look up into the sky. Let's show them the version for our advanced students, which is all the way down here. Very flexible, folks. You can hang out here. Now from here, let's go into triangle, which is both legs straight. And you're going to notice that, again, each one of us have our hand in a different position. So in order for me to be in proper alignment, my hand has to slide all the way up. How do you know if you're in proper alignment? If your hips are pushed back and you can see your booty back there, then you need to come up a little bit, bring your hips forward, create the two-dimensional feeling as if you're pressed between 2 walls, abs in tight. Look up into the sky. Good. Now slowly lower that hand. And this is pyramid. I'm going to bring my back leg in a little bit. Doesn't that feel better? Yeah. So with all stretches, it's not about how low I can get you to go. It's about how can you position yourself to make the muscle get a better stretch, which 9 times out of 10 means having a flatter back, better alignment, and great posture. You'll get a better stretch, a much better stretch for the lower body. From here, lower the hands and into runner's lunge. And I love runner's lunge because I'm a runner, and this feels so good. So you're going to drive that knee forward, and at the same time, push the heel toward the back of the room. All right, now let's transition back up into pyramids. You slide the foot in, and we're going to do this 4 times. That's 1. Trying to keep my chest low, back flat. Bring it down into runner's lunge. Good. Now this is 2. Bring it up. Hands on your thigh. Good. And slowly lower back down into runner's lunge. And this is a great way to modify runner's lunge. You don't have to go all the way down to the ground. You can stay up nice and high. Go back into pyramid for me. So in pyramid, her shoulders are square, her back is flat, both legs are straight. Back into runners. This is your last one. I'll join you. Good. And pyramid. Breathe and hold. All right, guys, bring it down nice and slow. And we're going to hold pigeon, which is the knee in front of you, the right leg, slightly bent. And I'm right up on top of that hip. And I'm stretching the opposite leg all the way back. How does that feel? Is it okay, Mike? Mike says it feels good, but everybody's different. So some of you are really like, what? Then come back off of that stretch a little bit and bend both knees as Laylee's showing you. But the idea is not that you're just sitting there uncomfortable, that you're really getting a good stretch. So somewhere in the range that you're like, okay, yeah, this is challenging, but I can hang. And now lift the chest up and breathe. Put yourself into the right frame of mind where you're saying, okay, I'm becoming more flexible. By making my body more flexible, I give myself the greater strength potential. Push all the way back up into plank. We're going to repeat the series on the opposite leg. Squeeze the thighs together, abs in nice and tight, lower down chaturanga. Slide through. There's that up dog arch all the way back. Again, I'm pushing the floor away. I'm pressing my thighs toward the floor. I'm arching back and lifting the chest up. And you can, of course, let your knees rest on the floor if you prefer. Okay, curl the toes under one at a time. Push back into the heels. Good breathing down. I can hear you exhaling out. Great job, Janelle. Stay there, everyone. Now, without looking up, you can just know that your ears should be lined up between your arms. Your back is flat, and you can feel your rib cage against your thighs. Now we'll exhale and push the heels toward the floor. Your thighs move away from your knees. Your thighs move away from the abdominals. Now we'll roll. We bend the knees. Upper body does not move. You push back through the heels. Let's repeat that several times. The key here is to know that I need your back to be flat. So if your back is rounded, then you're really not getting the stretch for the lower body. Now try to push all the way back into your heels. So if you really feel like your arms have too much pressure on Majanga, put your head down because your ears should line up between your arms. That's great. Last one. Now let's take the left leg all the way up into the sky. So how do you modify this if you're not very flexible? You keep your leg a little lower. You do what Laylee's doing, which is come down to the elbows. All right, everybody, 2 inches higher, please. Oh. See? I turn my back for a second. Get up a little higher. Come on. All right, now push that floor away. It's mind over matter. Push the floor away. Step through between your hands and into a runner stance, into a warrior stance, which is the knee directly over the ankle, abs in nice and tight. And remember, those shoulders come from here to square up across the front of the room. 90 degrees here, abs in nice and tight, just as though you're standing up normally. Take the arms out, reach and touch the opposite wall. Draw the abs in and rotate into warrior 2. Good, now look out beyond your fingertips. I'm looking right at you, and you're doing a beautiful job. You look great. Inhale, lift up. Exhale and lower down. Good. Inhale, lift up. When I say lower down, I mean go to where your natural maximum level is. So this is as low as I can go. It feels great. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. I'm going to let the elbow rest on the thigh. This is right angle. This is also right angle. Depends on how flexible you are. Sweep that arm all the way up into a straight position. Both legs are straight. This is triangle. Now see, triangle, I have to come up a little bit so that I can keep my hips pressed forward. So look over your shoulder, and if you can see too much of your booty, we have to do something about that. We have to pull it forward. Reach that arm all the way up to the sky. Abs in tight. Good. You can go a lot lower if you're more flexible, or look at this. You can come all the way right here with your hand in the crook of your hip and hold that. Good. Now fold that hand forward into pyramid, and you'll notice that almost everybody slid their back foot in. I hope that you're going to do the same. You might also notice that we're wearing shoes. You can do this whole program barefoot if you prefer, or on carpet. You don't need to have a mat. This is a program that works just about anywhere. No excuses. Hands to the floor, bend the knee. Here's that runner's lunge, my favorite. Abs in tight. Drive that knee forward. Create a 90-degree angle here at the knees. And if you pull all the way back, you'll see that the knee lines up right on top of the ankle. Push back up into pyramid. And then runner's lunge. Good. And again, pyramid. It's a great stretch. I mean, it's difficult. That's probably the toughest position to be in, for me anyways, because my hamstrings are tight. But it also tells me that that's where I'm tightest. That's where I need it the most. Do it again. This is your third one. Runner's lunge. Last one. In fact, I'm gonna flatten out my back and slide my hands up a little higher. I'll actually get a better stretch by not going quite as low. Bring it all the way down. And now bend that knee. And there's that pigeon stretch. And don't be surprised if you've got one side that's a lot tighter than the other and you're like, wow, I really have to modify on this side. That's okay. I should tell you something. It means that's the leg that you're favoring. It's probably your stronger leg. Your stronger leg is typically your less flexible leg. So we'll spend a little time stretching that. All right, guys, you did a fantastic job. Bring that leg all the way around and in front. And this is what we call seated butterfly. Soles of your feet are together. You're sitting up nice and tall. Your abs are in. And if it's too uncomfortable for the hips, cross your ankles. Layla's going to show you how to do that. Good. Now, you deserve that flexibility training. I hope you do it several times. Whenever your body's tight and it needs a little extra stretch, then take the time to recharge. Sit up nice and tall, abs in tight. Take a last deep breath in. Exhale and release it. You are putting all of the components of fitness together. Don't forget any piece of them because they're all critical. You're doing a fantastic job. You should be proud of yourself. I'll see you tomorrow.